What's up guys, Zami here and you're watching Heavy Metal Pomp. Today I've got another pomade review for you. We're gonna be looking at a pomade company that comes from Singapore. And me personally, I try to support local companies as much as I can, so when they reached out to me for a review, I was happy to oblige. Today we're gonna be looking at Mad Rat's The Classic Grease. Now this is a petro-free oil-based pomade with a medium hold, and I want to thank Yan for sending this my way. Thanks man. And without further ado, we're gonna take a closer look at the tin right now. And here we have Mad Rat's The Classic Grease. Comes in a 3.4 ounce metal tin, has a graphic of the rat on the front as well as basic information of the product. On the back you get directions and ingredients and other information as well. Overall, I think it looks pretty nice. Even though the design is pretty typical, it still looks presentable. And if you open it up, you get this purple colored pomade inside. The scent's described as a melaleuca and lavandula scent, and it smells alright to me. It smells like a tea tree lavender scent. It's alright, but I don't think it's that great. I'm not a big fan of it. Lucky for me, it's not an overbearing scent, so it pretty much stays out of the way for the most part. Now scooping it out, comes out with some pressure, but it's pretty easy overall. Breaking it down, not much to it. I do get some bead separation, but it doesn't take much to fully break it down. It's pretty easy overall. Applying into the hair, once again, pretty simple. Goes in fairly easy, I guess. Definitely not getting any tugging or pulling, not much resistance to it, so you can pretty much just apply this into dry hair without any issue. Now if you've ever used a non-petro oil-based pomade, you'd know that they usually are not the easiest to work with. They have a reputation to be quite a finger breaker, but that's not the case with this one. With this, you don't even need to scoop it with the back of your nail, which is really good. And I was really curious on why it doesn't take much to scoop it out. And my suspicion is that it's because this pomade actually has bentonite clay in it. I could be wrong, but that's just the most logical reason I could come up with. Either way, it's just pretty easy to work with for a petro-free oil-based pomade, and that's a huge plus point for me. The scent's definitely noticeable, but once again, it is fairly subtle, stays out of the way for the most part. And as for the shine, I'd say it has a slightly lower than medium shine. Just a nice amount of shine that's not too low, but definitely not as high as most mediums at least. Just looking at it back, goes through pretty easily, not really much resistance to it. You can slightly feel the presence of the clay in it, but it's still really slick for what it is, which I really like. Gonna start my hair now, talk to you again in a bit. And I'm pretty much just gonna call that done. So as you can tell, I'm getting a good amount of height. The clay gives it a really nice amount of volume. Sides are holding down well. The slickness is decent, so everything's well in place. Still getting that low to medium shine, and the scent's really subtle. So anyways, let's talk more about Classic Grease. Now as a brand, Mad Rat is more than just a pomade company. Their products are catered towards the custom culture, so you'll find that they sell a lot of motorcycle accessories, clothes, and of course, grooming products. Most of their products are water-based gel types, which as you know, I'm not a big fan of, so I told them to send me their oil-based pomade instead. And after using this for a couple of times, I have to say, I really do like it. There's already a limited number of Singaporean homebrewers, let alone brewers that make oil-based products, so to have one that works well for me is a huge bonus. I think it's an interesting take on a non-petro oil-based pomade. It scoops out fairly easily for what it is, and it performs just like a good oil-based pomade. I'd say that the whole is definitely a medium, but the clay in this helps to give it an added boost of volume, which is really nice. And of course, I do have my gripes about the pomade. First of all being the scent. I think that the scent is fairly basic and lacks a bit of character to it. Especially with a brand that's catered towards custom culture, they have a bit more room for creativity with the scent. Secondly, the endurance isn't as great as I thought it would be. It doesn't last throughout the day as well as I think it should. And lastly, it doesn't wash out as easily as most non-petro oil-based pomades. Either way, I think that Mad Rat's Classic Grease is a good take on a non-petro oil-based pomade. Definitely worthy of you checking it out. And as for washing it out, I'd say about 2 to 3 showers with shampoo should get the job done. So anyways, final verdict on Matte Rat's Classic Grease. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. Once again, just a good oil-based pomade overall. Has a nice medium hole and is able to give you a good amount of volume for what it is. If you're looking for a non-petro oil-based pomade that isn't a pain in the ass to scoop out, definitely check this one out. And as per usual, more details on the blog, link down below. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Hope you liked the review. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel right here, or you can check out my last video right here. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.